Hello, this is Brittany from Ohana Oracle, and today we are going to be going through and reviewing the beautiful ᵗ'ᵗ'ᵈᵉ by ĵ.ρeview and artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Now, I bought this deck super excitedly. It's the second rendition. I tried to get the first, but it's going for so much money. It's like a $500 deck. And I love this artist, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I have 6 of her other decks, so I'm so completely obsessed with her, and I was so stoked to get this one in. And this one did not disappoint me. It's just such a quality deck, and it's about $25 on Amazon, and it just has a beautiful box. This box is magnetic. You open it up, and you have this about the author, about the illustrator, just a lot about the two of them, which is really cool. Getting to know the two of them. This book is ginormous, and you'll see that the deck comes in this 2-part. So it's definitely not the easiest deck to carry around or even to get out of the box. You can see it's kind of, I kind of dump it out normally, but I put everything in order so that I can review with y'all, so I don't want to do that little dump. And then these are all motive. So here is the deck. It has this beautiful backing that makes it easy to not see what's happening because it's the same forward as reversed. Love this. So I'm going to move this to the side for now though, so we could tap into the book. Now you can see the book, it looks very similar to the box itself, and it's just that beautiful front to it. And when you open it up, it's fully colored. It's completely colored. He just has so much thought in this, and you can really feel his heart throughout this. One night I just sat in bed and read this like I was reading a chapter book. I've had this one for about, I want to say 8 months. I love it. I don't use it super often because the deck is just huge. I used to use it a lot more when I was very exclusive to Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Her and ᵗ'ᵐᵈᵉ are 2 of my favorite artists. But you see, he starts off with a lot of really cool spreads. He just has a way, he's just so thoughtful, and you can tell he really loves intuitive reading. And he has so many spreads, spread after spread after spread. Now, I've only tapped into a few of these because it's just not the way I like to read yet. But I really appreciate that it's there so that I can evolve and develop when I decide to, if ever, that's there. He starts his book off with the major arcana, and each card throughout has its own full set. So it's just beautiful. You have the artwork in the card, on the cards, and in here. And he goes through. He notes a forward and backwards, so this is great for reading reversals. He taps into the energy behind his card in itself. And then just what he recommends taking from it. In the beginning, he just has a little excerpt going into it. He has a keyword for it. It's just really cool. And you could see that each of the cards, it has just the regular number instead of the I can't think of what the word is for that, but you know, like the I is really a 1 and 2 I's is a 2, that stuff. The High Priestess here, he just has the pain in her eyes of spiritual wisdom in our time, and he just has such a way of depicting everything that's just so beautiful. You know, going through the major arcana, then we'll tap into the minor arcana. He has just these really beautiful, elaborate videos. What am I speaking about? Pictures in the middle. Going into the wands, He still has the cards on here, but now it's just one for the minor. They don't get 2 pages, they get just one. But he does explain the wands and how it's connected with fire and the traditions and those kind of fun things. It still has the excerpt, the keyword, the tap in, and the upright and the reversed. Now what's interesting about this is he has this for all of them, but then when you get to the end, he has the court cards in their own unique section. So these he goes back to that dual formatting for. And here's weird because this is where he flips. He no longer reads it forward and reversed, but instead he has one of those little excerpts, he has a keyword, and then he has another little tap in, all just more, and then he has archetype and situation. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't love this at first. I don't love how this is even, and even the court cards, it goes from like queens, wait, does the king start? No. Okay, so it goes queens and has the 4 queens, and then it has kings. Wait, what is this? Yeah, the queens and the kings are like all intermittent with one another. It's queen, king, king, knight, queen, king, knight, but they're not the same ones, right? It's like cups. So I don't know. I think he was trying to help understand the astrology through them, but it, to me, because astrology was really big to a minute, but to me it made it a lot more confusing. So, if you know more about this, please write about this in the comments below to help us all relieve our own brains from it. 143, I love you from the universe. But anyway, apart from that, the court cards, he then has the pages all together. So he has all the courts, the knights, the queens, the kings, and then he has the pages all together. So it's just interesting. All women in this deck, no men throughout the whole thing. He also has 2 bonus cards. You are the one, being authentic, being unique, being different, finding that power of freedom inside of us, and the paranormal, being curious, allowing your innate curiosity to thrive, and to see the unseen. So that's the guidebook. He has a little note section at the end if you want to write some stuff in it. I don't like writing in my book, so I didn't. But that is that. I'm just going to look up really quickly to make sure that I have this in the center. And yeah, we're looking good. I slide it a little bit to the side so as we're going through you can see with a little bit more ease. So here are the cards, and you could see these cards. This is that backing. The side has a beautiful violet. Now this, I typically go to this side. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Well, so I typically go to this side, and because I do that, what did I do? It is very interesting. I don't, sorry, I'm getting all caught up here. All right, well, we'll work with what we got. Because I go to that side, the other side is pretty beat up. Pretty beat up here. So that's that. Let's go run through. They're going to be a little out of order because I just messed them up for us, but the major arcana will be here. I'm going to try to go relatively quickly, so just give you a chance to see them and move on. You can make the assumptions you will for the differences. You know, the Empress, she's pretty sad. He has a lot of sadness in a lot of the eyes. And he has his own way of depicting things, like Lovers, the ultimatum. So it is a dark, it does have a lot of the dark connections to it. So if you're really in that power of positivity place, probably not the deck for you. I love how, was this Lakshmi? Parvati? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Okay, so 8 is strength in this instead of the 11. Durga. It's Durga. Okay, Durga is goddess of destruction. She has her own little way. I love this hermit. It's just really beautiful. This is the wheel, the cover image. It's just a beautiful image. So we got that 11 as justice. Got the witches balancing out. The hanging one, perception. Ooh. Transformation. So instead of death, right, they go the transformation, so death and rebirth. So different wordings. Instead of the devil, it's the habit. Really devilish though still. Instead of the tower, the decadence. Star is still the star, representing hope. The moon. It's a little bit more of the dark things, concealment instead of intuition. The sun. I love the Hindu goddesses coming through. The blue of uniqueness in the Hindu connections. The judgment. The world. Having that nice border to the card. They are a very thick cardstocks. Okay, here are those two. The two extra major arcana. You are the one in the paranormal. He doesn't number them. He didn't try to add them that way. He just kind of added these cards in there. Which this one hits the formatting. This one doesn't though, right? This one's just totally unique. Authentic. It hits its energy. Okay, so this is intellect, mental clarity coming through. And I love how he taps into like intellect being kind of this burden like in this world. Two, this is typically the ones where they're opposing. This is two sisters opposing. Here's where I got us kind of funky. Okay, so let me see if I can get those swords back up. Okay, yeah, here we go. Three of swords. Four. So this is actually in the Alice in Wonderland Oracle. This is the only one that's reused, painting the roses red. As you can see, I'm obsessed with this artist. Detachment, the Six of Swords. Treachery. Imprisonment, just very dark. I was coming from a very dark place, tapping in here too. It's been a very... No puppies. Sorry, my puppies are underneath me. Ten of Swords at finality. So still like the stabbing in the back, just in a very different way. Page. So yeah, the knights, these are all representative of astro signs. So I guess that's why he put them all together. It's just, here's the Gemini, here's the Libra, and here is the Aquarius. And I guess what he was trying to do is tap into swords as the air signs. So these are the three air signs. The Libra, the Gemini, and the Aquarian. So he did a great job with that. I was just a little bit confused. That's my B on that. Let me see if I could reconnect this with the order we were looking for. Okay, one of the wands. Okay, so I like to do mine fire, air, fire, water, earth, just to honor the elements in their natural phases. So that's the order I do my reviews in. I try to just go card by card, and I do a lot of these videos in a row, so if I don't say it, I'm sorry, but of course fast forward through it to give me your own pace. If you go below the video, you're always going to see I put little time markers in to help y'all. I know my pace is a little bit slow, so I try to be there for people who need that slowness, but not force y'all there. I know we have this modern tech world. We can make our adaptations for ourselves as we need. My puppies are underneath the curtain here playing around. Oh. So just very different interpretations. I'm just very... I love these authentic ones because they just use a lot of history in their artwork. That's just, whoa, it just gives such a unique perspective. And this, again, not a traditional, not at all traditional tarot deck, but really powerful. And again, it won the tarot, best tarot deck for a couple of years in a row. Okay, let's check these 3 out. So we have fire. So who's the archer? That would be Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Sagittarius? Yeah, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Huh. Beautiful. See them one by one here. Red moon. Ooh. Aries are very fiery. My mom and a brother, that's an Aries. I would say I was raised with them. One of Cups, that self-love, building new emotional relationships, fondness comes through here. So this one's super interesting to me. It's a very Beauty and the Beast tap into the divine love. 3 of Cups, celebration. That one's a little bit lighter, right? In you. That's the way you're saying it. You could see the images really, if you don't know the words, the images can tell you really the feelings behind them. This one has that nostalgia. This one taps into memories. This is a soulmate card. This just has a very different... This one's unlike the Sun and Moon Tarot by Vanessa Decor, which is super love-centric. I would not come to this deck for a love reading unless it was like a very depressed or like a breakup reading. Nine of Cups, that's satisfaction. It looks like the need for, right? And 10 of Cups, contentment. And these just have so much sadness in the eyes. Page of Cups, inventiveness. Just so much beauty, though. Now we have the water signs. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So here's our Scorpio, here's our Cancer, and here's our Pisces. Hey girl, come on. Come on, girl. So, really beautiful. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. All right, and then our final set, our Earth energy. Pentacles. Ooh. So, very interesting here. I was kind of saying that before, that it looked like the Two of Pentacles with that balancing. This one doesn't really have the, doesn't really have a balance, has its flexibility, which is interesting. I love these unique interpretations of things. Mastership. Greed. This one, anytime I drew this or draw this, I just feel like, whoa. That's an image. This is the old covering. I just find such a beautiful image. Kept the dragon feel in the new one, but even just different. So that's the first edition cover. 7 of Pentacles. Practice makes perfect. Oh, see. motion in these eyes. This is a family card. This one here is legacy. So just like, whoa. I wonder what this ＪR went through to have these deep, dark connections with a lot of this. Sending them love. It's obviously beauty. He found a way to turn it into beauty, right? Okay, and here's, I'll get this one out of order too. So here are our last signs. And we're on Earth. So we have Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Beautiful. So that is our Beautiful Creatures Tarot by ＪR. Thank you for sticking with me through that. I was kind of all over the place. My dogs are acting a fool right now. They must want to go out. I just like to shuffle it around at the end to kind of show you what you're working with. Now this is a thick cardstock. So it is a lot, and you can see it's a lot to be holding with, and it's not your traditional sizing. It's a traditional sizing on the length, but you get about, normally it's about like 2.5 inches across. This is like 3.5. Yeah, 3 inches across at least, 3.5. So it's pretty big, but it's a beautiful deck. It makes those wonderful sounds, which I always love. And the more you work with it, the easier it becomes to shuffle. It does wear. It does have a lot of wear on it. You will notice one side, like at first I hated all the little nicks and stuff, but then I started getting used to them. This side, a lot more nicked. You can just see it's wearing off a bit more than this one. I do want to get another one of these decks just to have as like my pretty show deck and keep this one because it says how much I love the artwork on it. But so that is the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please like it. Subscribe if you would like more deck reviews. I like to get a lot of the modern and fun decks, and I'm constantly buying new ones. It's kind of an addiction of mine. So check out some of the other reviews. I'll also be offering meditations and online readings for divine love and just connecting us with purity and building more love in our atmosphere. So thank you so much for connecting here with me today on YouTube. Love, light, and namaste. Bye.